Dear viewers of Dharwad Katte, welcome to Dharwad Katte National Program. I am here today to talk about Romila Thapar. As a matter of fact, this is my response to one of the videos of Romila Thapar. We all know that Romila Thapar is a historian, and some people say that she is one of the greatest historians that India has ever produced. I read Romila Thapar's history books when I was doing my BA, and I liked her language. And as I grew in age and as I acquired new experience, I started reading Romila Thapar with a great interest and enthusiasm. And at one point in time, I realized that Romila Thapar, had an ideology which was not in the best interest of the nation. And she talks about history being invented, and she does not know that she is the one who has invented history for India for generations. If Indians are not able to understand India's past history in the right perspective, I must say that she is the main cause. Romila Thapar is the main cause. And a historian, a writer, a reporter, an actor should be interested in truth and complete truth. They should not give partial truth. And what do a majority of Indian historians, writers, actors, and actresses are giving partial view about India, Indian problems, Indian realities, in the name of giving complete truth about Indian society and Indian socio-political problems. Let me respond to the statements that Romila Thapar has made in a video that is available in social media. She talks about the politicization of history in order to further politics. So she is drawing our attention to the relationship between politics and history. And she makes her statement in today's context, in today's context, and that is very crucial and problematic. And she says she is opposed to what we call politicization of history, and we all know that there exists a relationship between politics and history, and nobody in India is trying to politicize history, but some historians like Bipin Chandrapal and so on tried to give us a correct history. Historiography is a problem in India, and historiographers are also becoming increasingly problematic. And it's very unfortunate that Romila Thapar, she has a very brilliant mind, and she has very brilliant ideas, but her brilliant mind and her brilliant ideas are not in the best interest of the nation. And in the name of giving correct history to people, she has given very impartial history, and it's not a real history. So she says it's not history for the understanding of the past. It's history for controlling the present. Is one of the statements that she has made in her video. It is not the history of the understanding for the understanding of the past. And I don't think that any historian in India has rewritten Indian history. And some of the historians, I should appreciate them, and I should, applaud them for taking the trouble to write the correct history. So, writing correct history is not like inventing history. And it does help us. We use history to understand the past better. And it is history for controlling the present. I do not know what she really means. She has only made these statements. She has to elaborate her statements, and she has not done it. And nobody is using history to control the present. Everybody has to respond to history, and everybody has to negotiate with history, and everybody has to understand what history really is. And now the history that we have, that I learned at school, college, universities, is not the right history. And if I'm convinced that the history that I studied is problematic, I don't think that it is incorrect to look for new versions of history. And she talks about education. She says education system is going bad to worse. And what is the basis for this statement? And how does she say that in India education system is going from bad to worse? Education system in India is developing, and she has to read the National Education Policy of Policy 2020 so that she can make certain corrections in her thoughts, in her ideas, and in her approaches to educational realities prevailing in this great country. So, education system, I do not say that our education system is free from faults and it doesn't have any shortcomings. No, I don't say like that. But with confidence, I say that new education, National Education Policy 2020 has made very serious efforts, attempts to correct the wrongs and to give the right kind of education to the students, and education system in India is really really developing. Romila Thapar also says that the purpose of education is to ask a question. Yes, who can deny this? And how does she say that we are not giving, we are not allowing our students to ask questions? Everybody in India is asking questions. Look at the look at the parliament debates, assembly debates, Rajya Sabha debates. Everybody is asking questions. And look at the social media. People ask questions, several questions, and what does the government do? Do you think that government is arresting everybody who asks a question? No, not at all. And there are people who question the unity and integrity of the nation. And there are big people who question the integrity of the Indian military forces. And there are people who condemn all constitutional institutions in the country. And who is denying? We have an absolute freedom in India, so we can do anything, we can speak anything, and we know, and we government should not ask us, and nobody should ask us why I'm making this a statement. So look at the statement that Arundhati Roy makes, Romila Thapar makes, and this brainless, brilliant actor Prakash Raj makes every now and then. And I'm not talking about politicians. I'm only talking about writers, actors, actresses, and historians, social scientists, political scientists. So why should they? You do not become an intellectual unless you question everything, unless you deny everything, and unless you you talk about the invented realities. I'm saying, and you develop narratives, and you develop discourses, and these narratives are very harmful to the nation's unity, integrity, development, and progress. And Madam Romila Thapar says that the purpose of education is to ask a question, to ask a question, how much of it is valid and how much of it is not valid. This is what some people are doing. And you are saying that you are controlling the present with history. And why shouldn't she apply this to the study of history? When I study history and your history, I know the books written by Romila Thapar, don't I ask this question? How much of what you have written is valid, and how much of what you have written in your book is not valid? If I ask this, then you brand me, and you call me, you call me a traditionalist, and you do not hesitate to call me a communal thinker if I question your history. When you can question me, and why can't I question you? And when can you question this system, and why can't I question that system? And she says, all knowledge that exists at this moment is open to question. Yes, it is open to question. Nobody can deny this. And why are you making a statement as if nobody in India is questioning the knowledge that exists? Yes, we are all doing, and you're also doing, and this is what we tell our students. We help them develop critical thinking, creative thinking, and problem solving abilities. And what do they with this? They when they acquire knowledge, when they collect information, they analyze it. They analyze it, and they study it, and they come to certain conclusion. This is very much there. And she says you can't advance in knowledge unless you question what exists. This is precisely what I'm doing. I'm only trying to say to you that Romila Thapar and historians like Romila Thapar have given a partial history of India, and they have praised and highlighted the people who have really harmed India, and they have attacked and belittled and liquidated the people who fought for the nation. In other words, they project villains as heroes and heroes as villains, and this is the wrong that they have done to this country and this civilization. And they do not have any love and respect for India's culture, India's civilization, Indian languages, Indian knowledge systems. So they should understand what India is, what Bharat is. And nobody is working against anybody. And does the government, any government at center or at the states cannot take any policy decision to help people belonging to a certain religion, because we have constitution and we follow constitution. So I can only appeal to people like Arundhati Roy, Salman Rushdie sitting in England, contacting his media friends in India, making very derogatory and problematic statements about India, Indian government, Indian policies. I don't see any difference between what Salman Rushdie does in England and what Arundhati Roy, Romila Thapar, Prakash Raj, and many Indian so-called powerfully, very talented, brilliant intellectuals are doing in India. So people have to become very alert. And when I say people of India, people of India have to become very alert, and they should use their common sense, and they should think about the future of India and come to some conclusion.